Hello, everyone. Christopher Bush here today, and I'm talking to you about cyberbullying and the Common Sense Media website, commonsensemedia.org, and they have educator tools and parent tools for people to use. And so looking at this website, I'd like people to understand one thing. It is a one-stop shop for digital citizenship and professional development and where to go to get the answers. So looking at this website, I started out with cyberbullying and looking at the cyberbullying toolkit. And there are some great resources here that you can use, as well as professional development. This new tool, Graphite, awesome. I mean, it rocks. Graphite is the way to go. I really enjoy using this. Excuse me. And it is a great, great app. Sorry, I got off track there a little bit. So Common Sense Media's cyberbullying toolkit. It provides information for school administrators, teachers, parents, and students. And I personally like facilitating learning on digital citizenship instead of it being a lecture coming from me to the students. You're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, and do this, and do this, and don't do this. I like for them to explore for themselves. I really like the idea of making a video or their own screencast where they go through and they identify different aspects that they found very interesting. So as you scroll down, you will notice that there are three different curriculums here. There's the elementary school, middle school, and high school toolkits. And in all of these toolkits, they have lessons that you can use that are already structured and have all the support tools and information that a teacher would need. I am at a middle school, so I will go ahead and click on the middle school site. And as you can see here in the classroom, it goes through and downloads. You can download the lessons, and this course is 6 through 8. And there are 28 lessons in all, and you can use some parts or all of them. And it'll help guide your digital citizenship learning. But there again, like I said, I personally like opening the door for the students to kind of find out things that are important to them. One thing I also liked about this is it provided resources for the community, for your school community to use. In scrolling down, you will see here there are resources for administrators, for kids and teens, and for parents. The resource that I value the most for administrators is their template, their guideline for administrators. This is an awesome tool. I have found personally that in social media and technology use, there are many areas that are gray areas or cloudy areas where it's just not black and white, not clear. You know if it's wrong or right, but where from there? If it is not, doesn't have that feel of it being right, well, to what extent? I mean, you know that there's misdemeanors and felonies, and the same thing goes in education. There's different behaviors that require greater punishment than others. So in this particular flow chart, it kind of helps you guide you through some of these gray areas, these cloudy areas, and gives you perspective and helps to redefine those little areas. And I think for a one-page flow chart, I mean, this is the way to go. Simplicity at its best. And going back, you will notice that there are resources for teens and kids. And all of these resources are good, and they have their pros and cons, and some are more, I don't want to say necessarily better than the others. But I personally like the Nickelodeon Digital Citizenship Hub. Kids, when they do their own search and they start finding their own path and understanding digital citizenship, when they go to the Nickelodeon page, they will see different information on becoming a good citizenship. And there's quizzes, message boards, and additional information. And of course, there's always links to the Common Sense Media site because, as I said earlier, it is the one-stop shop for digital citizenship. Now, when it comes to parent help, I like this website here that I found from Common Sense Media called that'snotcool.com. And it provides some videos, games, and other aspects of tech help that I think are very useful and beneficial for parents. In looking at the That's Not Cool page, it gives you some understanding, but then it really breaks it down into chunks that are very, very, very important. Um, Textual harassment, otherwise known as sexting. Then you got the pic pressure topic, send me a pic of this or send me a pic of that. And children today are using apps like Snapchat, and they're thinking, hey, I can send this out. It'll be gone in no time, and I'm free and clear. There is no proof. Well, as you will learn if you are not wise in digital citizenship, it is always there and it can be pulled up. And I have found from colleagues of mine that it is rather embarrassing when you have to pull up a pic in front of a child and their parent and say, is this your body part? And then they have to acknowledge it in one way or another. And it's kind of hard to deny the facts when you got your face smiling there and et cetera and so on. So pic pressure is something that everyone needs to be aware of and we have to talk about with our kids. And then there's issues with privacy. Communicating clearly, of course, that's the ultimate problem when it comes to text messages. There are many videos, many YouTube videos, podcasts, comments, pictures on misinterpretation of communication. Huge. It is huge. And then something else too, and I've noticed this, but people talk about texting tone. And it's interesting how you can kind of feel like there is a tone coming from a text based on just the words in print. But in reality, you cannot pull a tone out of a text because there's no sound. So I don't know. Anyhow, this is a good one to go to and checking out how to communicate clearly. Then there's the rumor aspect, which in middle school is huge. And then we have one of the best support tools of all time, Friends Needs Help. In dealing with cyberbullying, it's very important to know that might have a friend who will experience this bullying and share it with you. And then what do you do with that information? How do you stand up to support your friend, not embarrass your friend, but yet defend your friend or help guide them to make the appropriate choices and the actions they take in dealing with cyberbullying? Huge, huge aspect. Now, in their cyberbullying questioning page, I found that you can go through and preschoolers, little kids, big kids, teens, teenager, and most popular questions that are asked. This is a great one because this is where all the gray area starts to come out because people share. And when you share information and you collaborate, then it makes for a more rich and fluid decision-making process. It helps clear up the gray area. And when you're just not sure and no one else is sure, then you got the Ask Our Experts right here, where you can ask them a question. And that improves upon all the different aspects of Common Sense Media because they get these really odd questions that are experiences that don't really happen very often, but yet have happened. So we all need a little help in supporting our youth and guiding them through the new ways of technology. And so this wraps up my understanding of Common Sense Media's cyberbullying and digital citizenship aspect to their app. Love the lessons. I've looked through most of the lessons and I have incorporated parts of them into my own lesson. And I highly recommend you come to this one-stop shop for digital citizenship. Thank you.